Hi everyone, can you hear me? Okay, there is Agnieszka, okay, and Cornelia and Misha and Sławek. Okay, and I hope that you can hear me properly. I hope that they will stop driving, let's say, around, because I don't know, I'm probably got some car starting. I don't know what they are doing. They're like testing their car probably, and I hope that they will stop soon. So sorry for that, but it's not up to me that someone is driving around. I hope that you cannot hear that still. Okay, so how are you doing today? How are you doing today? Are you in a good mood or not really? A lot of work or not? Was it a tough day or rather easy one? Okay, I hope that it was easy. I'm still okay. It was great. Okay, fine. So I hope that it will be also great after this webinar. Today we're gonna talk about about your work a bit, about future, not future continuous, but present continuous. But when we talk about the things that are rather temporary, so we'll focus mostly on it, and also you have some vocabulary that we'll cover today. Yeah, that might be also very useful in normal life. And of course, I am Tom. It's a pleasure to have a webinar with you today. I hope that you attended some of my other webinars and you still remember me. If not, as I said, I am Tom, and today we're gonna talk about, let's say, present continuous, which we use for temporary events, together with some useful, let's say, business and not only vocabulary. Yeah. Okay, and so I think that we can start, but before, let me tell you that this webinar will take around 20 minutes. I think it's kind of short webinar, not so difficult. And what else? There are two poll questions as always, so two questions at the end. The first one is whether you enjoyed that webinar, and the second one is probably whether you would like to see something like that again. And additionally, and there will be some links from which you can practice that what we've covered, so some kind of homework for you. So I'm not giving these links only because I would love to put there some links every time. I'm doing it because I would love you to study more and know more. So please, when I paste these links at the very end, study from it, yeah, because let's say a practice makes master, and we are just expecting you to be better and better. Okay, great. I think that we can start. Do you have any questions to me in general, or maybe there are some webinars that you would like to have more in the future? I may give some suggestions to the management or something like that. And remember, if there are some problems, like let's say some technical problems with connection or something like that, let me know. I will try to do everything what is possible. But remember, it's only a platform, and sometimes problems happen. Yeah, and I will try to do everything what is possible to make it better and more smooth. Okay, let's start that what I mentioned that we're gonna talk about today. So what are you doing? Yeah. So as I said, we're gonna talk about present continuous, but in temporary situation. Yeah. So normally we use present simple, let's say, for work-related situations very often. Yeah. But if something is temporary, so only for a few days, only during coronavirus period, or in general it's temporary only. Sometimes, remember, temporary maybe even a year. So for you say this year, this week, this month, still it can be present continuous. So don't forget about it. But it's just temporary for you, as it's just a period of time. It's still not regular. Yeah, it's still not a regular, not every day, not every Sunday, whatever. It's not regular. It's temporary. It's for some period of time, and it will be over then. So she works at a hotel. It's regular. She does it every day. Yeah, every day. I don't know, 8 hours and so. But let's say she or he is working hard these days. Normally, this person is very, very lazy. Yeah. So that is a huge difference. Normally, this person can be lazy, but these days, this person is working really hard. Normally, this job is easy or something like that. Let's check whether you understood, let's say, that situation. So what we could put here? Present simple or present continuous. So please put the right tense, yeah, in each gap. Yeah, I'm waiting for your answers. Hi, Kayetan. For those of you who just joined, let's say, this webinar, we are talking about present continuous, which we use for temporary situation. As well, we cover also some useful vocabulary, let's say, which we can use to describe our work and these kind of things. Okay, so the first one is, I'm living with some friends until I find a place of my own. I'm leaving. Michał answered leaves. I'm leaving. I leave. Małgorzata answered. Okay, my parents leave. Okay, so I'm leaving. Yeah, I'm leaving is the let's say the right answer here. So I'm leaving because it's temporary until I find a place. But my parents live in London and they've lived there all their lives. Yeah, in general, it's really important difference. Yeah, because the first one is temporary, but the second one is like regular for them. That's why this is how it is. But if they decided to, I don't know, to live for a while in Tokyo, they could say, this man could say, you know, my parents are living in Tokyo like for a few days. Yeah, are living in Tokyo for a few days. That's totally fine. So remember, we use present continuous for temporary events. Okay, about your work right now. What are you doing at work these days? What are you doing at work these days? You could tell me, what are you working on? What are you working on? What are you working on currently at work? Something tough, maybe something easy? I don't know, maybe some projects for your clients, or maybe you're key account manager or sales manager or director, or maybe you are just not working at all. So what's your current situation at work? Okay, Yuzek is, I'm under quarantine. Okay, it happens, unfortunately. Agnieszka, I'm a shop assistant. Okay, so you are working hard to supply, let's say, shelves with the goods, yeah, and so on. I'm an account executive and I create TV commercials. And I maybe make or create TV commercials. I'm preparing documents. So let's see, I'm calling clients. We don't say I'm calling to clients, I'm calling clients. Yeah, or Michał, I'm changing position now. I'm working online. I'm working on my project. I can't use this form because I do the same as always at work. Okay. Okay, I am teaching. I service a customer. Okay, that's fine. I'm working on social media. Okay, you are working on social media. It's also interesting area. I work as a BDM. Okay. Okay, so we've got different answers. Let's say not always it's the answer to the question that I asked. So what are you doing at work currently is like what you are working on. But most of you answered correctly. So I'm teaching, I'm servicing my customers currently, like or maybe specific customer. I am, let's say, running some campaign on Facebook for social media. It can be. I don't know. I'm working on the project. Małgorza's answer was really nice. I'm working online. Mirosława's also excellent one. I'm calling clients. Yeah, I'm calling to clients. Also possible. I'm preparing some documents. Yeah, or I'm managing documents or something like that, and creating or making commercials. Okay, so we've got it. And right now, yeah, if you could tell me, I'm working for, who are you working currently for? Yeah, I'm working for, I don't know, what is the company that you are currently or at the moment working for? Let's say it's only this specific moment, that's why it's at the moment. Normally we say I work for. But if you've got the expression at the moment, we can say, let's say, in present continuous. Okay, I'm working for TNT at the moment, for Poundland. I'm working for financial companies. Okay, nice one. I also used to work for financial companies, and it was really interesting experience in general. I'm working for GDP at the moment. I'm studying English right now. Okay, Miha already answered the second one, and you are studying English right now. Of course, that's true. And of course, remember also that you can, let's say, change right now to at the moment, right now, or these days, it'll be totally fine. I'm working for, let's say, the main pharmacy at the moment, Apteka Główna, okay, or main pharmacy at the moment, yeah? Okay, so we've got these sentences, and right now I will give you some useful adjectives, yeah? So first adjective is rewarding. So work can be rewarding. This word comes from reward. Reward in Polish is nagroda, yeah? So if something is rewarding, you know, so it's obvious. Is rewarding, it should be obvious. Okay, and can you hear me properly or not? Okay, lag was there. Sorry for that. There was probably some technical issues. Sorry for that. Right now it should be working again. Okay, so rewarding job. If job is rewarding, then it means that you really like the job and that you get something from that work. Yeah, that you get something from that work. Okay, it's a difficult course because it's very worthwhile. Worthwhile means payable. That something is payable, opłacalne, yeah, or something like that is the meaning of it. So if something is worthwhile or payable, it means that it's worth its pay, yeah. So the money that you get for it, it's good enough, yeah. So rewarding and payable, yeah. Okay, we've got the first two expressions. Okay, so right now try to change the word that we've got here into the adjective, yeah? You've got this word before, and tell me what should be here. Okay, rewarding. Okay, so we've got the answers. Okay, so rewarding. Exactly, this should be rewarding, and that's the right answer. Exactly correct, Jakub. Okay, and right now I would like you to write something more about your work, yeah? I mean the first one only. The first one only is important to me because we'll also use present perfect. Why not? Maybe it's not exactly the topic, but I would like, let's say, you to tell me how long you've been working for for your company, yeah? So I've been working for, here you should put the name of your company, and since, it should be year or month or something like that. So I've been working for, let's say, Tutlo since I remember, yeah? Or for example, So please give me your sentences, yeah, with the experience that you've got, let's say, in your in the company that you work for. Okay, Cornelia, she has been working for university since for 25 years. For 25 years. So it seems it's hard for me to calculate the year right now. So I've been working for him since 2000. Okay, I've been working for school since 2014. I've been working for my own social media agency since 2018. Okay, great. And not since, Agnieszka, not since 2 years, but since 2018 or for 2 years or for 2 years. Great. And Agata, I've been working for pharmacy since 4 years, not since, for 4 years, or since 2016. Yeah, 2016 when we talk about since. Since for points in time and for periods. Yeah, so in your case it should be for 4 years, yeah, or for 3 years. We don't use it, let's say, in the other way. Okay, and right now, please put there the right, let's say, form of each verb. Yeah. We don't say for 20 years, for 20 years. Yeah, Małgorzata, for 20 years. Okay, and the first one, what should be there? I'm studying for the exam. That's right. Don't forget about why. Yeah, I see that some of you forget about why it's important. Okay, the next one. Right now we are riding. So Michał answered correctly, Cornelia as well. Okay, what about the third? Is downloading an album, yeah, for example. Okay, and the last one? And what are you doing at the moment? Yeah, I see the answer from Evelina. What are you doing? And are you doing from Michał and Agata? Yeah, exactly. What are you doing at the moment? You are studying some English at the moment. Exactly. And also we've got some other words that are very, let's say, often used. The first one is challenging. This word comes from challenge. So when work is challenging, it means that you've got a lot of things to overcome at work or to learn and to handle at work. Yes, so you've got a lot of work in general. If your work is challenging, you've got new, let's say, opportunities and new things that you can, let's say, learn, new knowledge that you can acquire, or and many more. Yeah, and if work is inspiring, this is also very important. Then it's rather obvious because we've got the same word in Polish. So inspiring word can be, let's say, anything. And that important is that you choose the work that is inspiring, let's say, to you. Okay, and right now, how would you describe your work? So your work is rewarding. It comes from reward. Challenging, demanding. If something is demanding, it requires a lot of work in general. It requires a lot of work and time and so on. Work also can be tedious, monotonous, yeah, or boring. These are synonyms, yeah, more or less synonyms. And repetitive, yeah, so it's more or less the same. So it's very similar to the previous one. Okay, Michał's work is challenging. Okay, I think it's important that work is challenging and at the same time rewarding. Yeah, I think it's really important. Okay, Teresa's work is demanding. Yeah, okay. working in finance, I think that it can be challenging. If I remember well that you work in finance, but maybe I am wrong right now. Okay. And challenging also in Małgorzatas case. I think that work always can be, sometimes can be tedious or monotonous or something like that, but very often it can be also challenging and rewarding at the same time. And there are not always periods or maybe time when you've got a lot of work, you work overtime and so on. But still, it's good to have this work-life balance, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, my work is challenging, so Kajetan, and my work is demanding for József. I hope that it's demanding and very well paid. Yeah, so well paid work is also really important. Yeah, well paid. Yeah, well paid or payable. Yeah, as I said before, payable or worthwhile. Yeah, as we've got before. Yeah, Agnieszka Szewczyk. Let's use this word that I mentioned before. Okay, great. So do you have any questions regarding this webinar? It was very short. We covered present continuous, let's say, in the usage for temporary things, like, for example, at the moment, something is happening at the moment, these days, right now. So something temporary. Also some phrase like I work on, yeah, and I've been working, or I've worked for this company since 2009, for example. And many more, yeah, and vocabulary like rewarding, challenging, inspiring, worthwhile, and more, yeah, like tedious, monotonous, repetitive, and many more. I hope that you enjoy it, and I will give you the links I promised in a second. Do you have any questions regarding the content of this webinar? Okay, and Agnieszka work is boring at this time, and she has to keep some distance, yeah, from people. Yeah, I think that sometimes it's important. Okay, so in this case, should we use present continuous and present perfect continuous? You know, I thought about only very short period, yeah, a very short period. But if you talk about your work, if you talk about the period, so if you use for, you can use present perfect continuous. Yeah, so I've been working for company for 20 years. Yeah, so in that situation you can use present perfect or present perfect continuous. But if something is short and temporary, like a few days, a week, so temporary stuff, then we use present continuous. Remember that there is a huge difference with it. I will run 2 poll questions right now. So the first question is there. Okay, and I will display also the second question so that you don't have to wait any longer. So that's the second question. Okay, and check out what is happening on, let's say, Tutlo social media. And next week, I will have very interesting webinars. Let's say webinar about sales, webinar about prepositions, so when to put at, in, on, and so on. So it's very important and very useful for many. And additionally, I will have a webinar about take. So phrases with take, like take advantage, take into consideration, and many more, yeah, like take off, take up, and many more. So phrasal verbs and expressions. If you would like to join, it will be pleasure for me also to teach you during that time. For today, I thank you so much and wish you a nice weekend. Bye bye.